So now that I've given a high-level overview of how you can create a tagging system, let's show this in Obsidian. All right, so we're now in Obsidian. Let's go ahead and create a new file. So we have a new file here, and let's go ahead and give this file a name. And then we'll get into how I break down my file to use tags. Now, as I mentioned, I use the who, what, where, when, and then status properties in here. So in these different areas, I can place my tags. So for this particular file, I'm going to use my name because I'm the author of the file, but maybe I would have someone else who is maybe the owner of certain content in this, and I plan to share that out, or I took the content from maybe the author of a book or something like that there. Now the what, let's just say that this is a script for a video that I want to do about Obsidian. Now for the where on this particular file, I'm going to use hashtag YouTube. And this is where the area or place is going to have a hashtag. And because I'm creating this file and it's going to have stuff that relates to YouTube, that's what the tag I'm putting in here. And I capitalize this particular property just because that's one of my rules. The when is the date that I created the file, which is today's date. And the status is going to be draft because this is the first time I'm creating it. There's no content. I still need to create content for this file. Now, this is how I would tag my file. And using this tagging system, again, it creates a mechanism for organization and also retrieval. And in your system that you're using to retrieve these tags, it has to have a pretty good search, and you have to be able to search within this file in order to leverage these tags. And the tags are pretty universal across different operating systems and different applications. So search is pretty powerful in most apps today, and again, most file systems. And this search really, or putting the tags in this hashtag format in the raw file itself, makes this very portable and again, very universal to different operating systems and applications. Now in Obsidian, we can leverage our tags better by enabling the tag pane. And if we enable this tag pane, let's open it up here. We can see all the tags that I have on files within this vault. And these tags from here, I can easily select the tag, and what it does is it puts it in the search, and then it gives me every file that has this tag in it. Now you can use this again to file all the files associated to, in particular, this was using the hashtag daily note. So if I want a list of all my daily notes, I can have them by clicking on the daily note hashtag here. Now this is very useful when you have a flat file system or folder structure of your data. So you can see within this particular vault, I have no folders in here. The only folder is the vault itself. Now I do this to limit myself from using folders as much as possible, which again encourages me to have a really good tagging system in place. Also, if I have a really good tagging system in place, it kind of works, the other way around. I don't really need to have folders at all, as long as you do it correctly. Now, there's nothing wrong with having folders and putting your information in folders and having tags, but I find it pretty easy to manage one or the other. So Obsidian gives you this nice tag pane where it shows you all your tags at a glance here, shows you the number of files that have this tag in it. And you can also bring up the map view, which if you go into filter and you turn on the tag filter here, it will also show you the tags within here and then any associated files to those tags. So this gives you another view on how your tags are being leveraged within your vault or within your file system here. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful, that this encourages you to maybe plan out your tagging strategy a little bit more, and encourages you to use tags and on a daily basis. One more thing here. So this, I mentioned that these tags are pretty universal to the operating systems and to certain applications where I can take these files, put them in another application that supports, plain text files, and typically they'll have a search to where I can do at minimum a search for these particular hashtags. But you can also do this at the file system level as well. So at the file system here, if I go to the vault. Okay, so I've opened up the vault directory here, and I just want to type in the search one of the tags that I have in one of the particular files. Now you see it selected a few different files within this Mac, but if I go ahead and just narrow it down to the OLAB here vault, we can see that we have these two different files which has the actual, let's go ahead and tag in it within the vault. Now, also on the other hand here, what we can do is I just opened this up in Sublime Text here, which is a very nice text editor. And if I was to open up this particular directory in Sublime Text as a project here, to where it has the top level vault, the folder, and then all the files showing within it. Let me exit out of this file here. And if we do a search for one of the tags, we can do the same tag that we did before. We can see here that it found one file, the business report markdown file, just like we had before. It also found another, the bang untitled file here. Now if we search for another, let's do another one, hashtag YouTube, which should show up because we just created a file with this particular hashtag in it. Now let me see, it did find this file, which is the tagging system file, which if we kind of skate back over, which is that one right there. And if we go ahead and open it, we can see it is that particular file. So this shows you how you can move into other applications and even to the file system if the file system supports searching within the content of files. You can still leverage these tags that you're putting in your files. Now also a new feature that's coming here with 0.9.17 I'm using the insider release right now, but this should come out in the general release, this feature, where you can add tags to the Frontmatter in a different format, and it's more like a list of tags. So I'll just do FN for Frontmatter tags 1, comma, FM tags 2. And we can see how those tags were added over here to the tag list. Now, this is not really the raw hashtag, the hash and then the tag following it format that I like to use. Because if I take this here now and I do a search in another application or maybe at the file system, it will find a lot more things that have this particular name, because right now Obsidian understands that if you use this formatting, that this is an actual hashtag. And you see how over here it puts the hash, the number sign here in front of that tag name. So this knows how to handle it well. But if I ever for some reason want to stop using Obsidian and I want to use another application or way of using these, searching through these documents, then this may not work for me. So sticking with the raw hash tag format is, again, it will help your tagging be more universal and kind of open and generic when you move your files into other applications. Another thing that you can use within Obsidian to make your tagging process more efficient is templates. And there are two ways you can kind of go about using templates. And one is more associated to your daily notes. So if you have the daily notes plugin enabled, you can come to the configuration here and you can set up a template for your daily notes. And that template, you can see here, this daily note template, called that there. It's sitting in my vault here at the root. And you can see it has this tag in it, daily note. So every time the daily note is created, it will put the tag, the hashtag daily note, and the other content that I want in this particular document. So if we go and open today's daily note, it opens up, it gives it the name here of today's date, then it automatically populates again this particular tag. Now you can add whatever tags you'd like to this template. Okay, so the daily note is one way that you can get kind of a templating format. The other way here, we can go into our settings and let's go and enable the templates core plugin here. We'll see there's a setting for the templates that shows up at the bottom here. What we'll do is we'll create a folder called templates, and let's go ahead and do that now. Let's go out, create a folder, we'll call that templates. And what we're going to do is we're going to put templates in or files with templating in this particular folder. So let's go here one more time, make sure we do have that folder selected. And this also gives you some additional formatting that you can use within your template. So you can use this date format, variable, and also this time. So let's go and create a template. We'll select this particular folder and do new and move that in there. And we will call this tagging. And within here, since I like to use the who, what, when, where, and status properties, and then associate tags to these, I'm going to go ahead and put those into this template file. And for the when, I use this for the created date. So what we'll do is go ahead and use that variable. So it will plug in the date each time that I use this particular template. And also for every file when it's initially created, I want it to have a status of draft. Now let's go ahead and apply this to a new file. So if we come out to one of these other files, well, let's create a new file here. A new file of the day. And now that the file is created, what we get here from this plugin is this little button here on this left menu, Insert Template. We'll go ahead and click that, and we can see right away it puts in the formatting from that template file that we created recently. Now I can do this to every time I do a new file. When I want this particular formatting, I just go ahead and add this in. And you see how it automatically generated the date for the when property. Okay, so now we're done with this particular video. I hope it was some useful information. And if you like the content, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. And until the next time, have a nice day.